Hey guys, welcome back to Genius Learning. So part 2 on cylinders. These are some of the shapes that we've done with color. So this is the plane, and you can clearly see how the charge is in the inside of the yellow Gaussian cylinder, and then you got surface charge coming out of here. So just with color it looks a little bit different, so just wanted to show that. And then I want to show what we're going to be drawing next. So we're gonna have something like this, where we have our cylinder that has a couple different radiuses. We're gonna have dielectric material, so we're gonna have layers of cylinders within each other, and then how to represent it sideways, and then something like this. Okay, so let's first draw a cylinder laying down, so that way we can show what we're up to here. So first, let's say I want to just do let's do a circle. Okay, we're gonna do a circle right around here, right? And then I want to run a line kind of sideways, kind of upward like that, and this one too, upward like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can see how I go outside the lines and whatever, and you should be comfortable with that by now. So circle here, and then this shape match over here like that, kind of like that, and maybe a dotted line on the inside to show the other side. Okay, so from the center I want to say that this is a radius initial. All right, I'm going to darken this side, this left side. That means I'm going to darken this left side also, and then the right side I'm going to just dot it. All right, and they're here. I'm going to dot the right side. I'm going to make the lines darker on top. Okay, and then for this example, I just want to show it's going to be a little bit shaded on this side. Let's just draw some squiggly lines like that, and then a little bit darker here in the middle. Done. And then here I'm going to draw, it's kind of like a shading that's just going to go straight across. So first let's do something like this, just very lightly, straight across like that, right? And then you can do lines, you could do little, whatever, but make the inside darker. So as you go building the layers, just make the inside a little darker, and that's it. You don't have to do too much there. And then this line right here, I just want to draw a couple more going up, kind of separated, something like that. All right, and now I want to draw the shadow that this is making. Let's say the light is coming from this side, and we're just going to draw some straight lines like that, so make them end uniform to the top part. And so we're just going to do lines like that, and then let's say it abruptly ends really short lines like that. Yeah, something like that. So just wanted to show something like that. This is how we're gonna draw the next one, but without the shadows and stuff, kind of sideways like that. So we have 2 layers. Let's say we have some dielectric material. So let's draw a circle, right? A big one, and get the shape that you like, right? And then draw another one inside of it, and try to make them a little bit evenly spaced out. Again, you could draw a bunch of lines to get it nice. Don't be afraid to, look, just make a bunch of lines. You can go erasing the ones you don't want and make a perfect kind of cylinder, right? So that's a good way that I learned how to draw these type of shapes and make them better and better as I went. Just draw a bunch of lines and then erase the ones that you don't want. Okay, so just like that. All right, and then let's draw another one all the way in here. I try to space them out a little bit evenly, something like that. Okay, then I erase the lines I don't need. Okay, something like that, that's fine. Okay, so a big one, medium, and a small one. Let's start with the small one. Draw a dot in the center, and from the edge on the top, go like this outward to this line. All right, give it a little slant, not like straight. So a little slant that way, and the same here, a little slant, and stop here at this first shell. Okay, then on the outside. See how you got from the top here all the way on the outside? Do the same thing, this line like that, just like this, from the outside all the way in the outside from the bottom, just straight, same exact lines like that. Now let's do a straight line here to the first shell, and let's say that's A. Okay, we're gonna do another one to this outside here, the second one. Let's say that's B. And then where do we do C? Let's do it up here. So we're gonna go all the way to the top, the outer one. See how this one's the inner one, this is the outer one, and that's C. Okay, so let's, from the center, let's draw a line parallel to these, going outwards, solid line like this. Okay, and we could do a dotted line going back into the cylinder all the way, something like that, so it vanishes. Okay, let's draw this line a little bit thicker to kind of distinguish that this is the z-axis, and we'll draw an arrow like that. This is the z-axis, and let's just draw these a little bit thicker, I guess. Okay, so I wanted to do all that before I started outlining the actual cylinder. So now let's go ahead and outline it a little bit darker. And this side right here, I'm gonna do dark, the right side, like that, right? This side of the inside cylinder, I'm gonna do dark. So this is a solid line, halfway, and then the same thing for the inside one. Okay, then the left side, just kind of do some dotted lines like this. Same thing here, some dashed lines and dashed lines. You always want to do one side dark, the other one dashed, so you know if you're looking at the front or the back. All right, and then now let's shade in from this curve to this curve, right? Let's shade in this area to show that this little cylinder is going inside the bigger one. Okay, something like that. And then make this inside right around here darker. So let's just go like that, just a little bit darker. That's fine. All right, and this plate here, maybe we can just do some light lines going down all the way like that, just so that to show that it's like a face plate right here, radius A. Now let's draw some, or let's scribble some shading right in this corner right here, right? Just some light shading, and then here too, light shading. Now you're gonna do this line dark, really dark after you did that shading, kind of distinguish that it's not part of the same thing. Okay, and that's it. So this outside here, right, let's say is a different material, and from here to here is just air. Let's say there's nothing in here. Let's say it's just air from here to here, right, from A to B. From B to C, let's say there's some dielectric material that we're gonna draw these type of spirals in. This will represent some dielectric material. We can call it kappa, or we can do epsilon, right? Epsilon R, whatever. And we'll just draw the edge of it a little bit darker. So here, a little bit darker. Okay, and then, so that's it. So I mean, you can, from here, we can draw some lines like that that are parallel to these, straight back, straight back, straight back. And this dotted line should be going in the same direction, right? Should be kind of going in the same direction as the lines going back. All right, and then if you really want, you can kind of do some curves like this, and some darker ones on this side, something like that. All right, so this is the laying down look from this one, right? We have this type of thing going on, and we already drew one like this. It was the battery, right? So let's draw a better example of it, and represent this standing up. So we have a couple layers, all right? And so to handle them, I like to do the inside first. So let's draw the small cylinder. Just go like that, all right? Some lines coming down, we can stop there. And then we're gonna do a bigger cylinder. So we're gonna do something like that, okay? Lines don't have to be perfect. Let's try to make sure that from here to here, it looks like it's from here to here, same kind of distance. All right, this solid line, and then we're gonna do a dotted line, something like that, something like this, just right before this curved line. Now another one, let's space it out. So we have, follow the same curves, this one right here, just follow the same curve. All right, now we're gonna represent from B to C. So this, and then you wanna go up kind of like that at the edges. And we're gonna follow this dotted line, and the dotted line is a little bit, so this is a little bit thinner than the outer part. So you just wanna make it, the distance from here to here is a little bit smaller, more narrow than from here to here. Okay, so something like that. And we'll make the lines a little bit darker. So we got the basic outline, right? Now let's draw lines going straight down here and here. Okay, we want to do the outside curve first, so something like that. Okay, and I'm not going to do the inside one yet because I want to do the center first. So I just wanted to draw that, and we're going to bring this line here, these are solid now. Okay, we're going to bring them dotted all the way down, so right around there, dotted all the way down, so around there. And here we're gonna do a curve, the same curve as this one. So curve, and then dotted line on the inside. So we're doing that egg shape here. Now we can do, this is the solid one, this is the dotted one. And give it some space now. So we can go all the way into here with it. It might have been too far, but whatever. So all the way there. Let's go to this curve in here, and this corner, bring it down as a dotted line, like that. Give it some space there, and bring this down as a dotted line here. Give it some space there. Now we're gonna follow this same curve, like that. All right, that to be perfect. And then a dotted line similar to the one back here. So it's gonna be like that. All right, so now we have all the layers. Now let's make it dark so that way we can see clearly what we have. So we're gonna outline this dark, this curve, the inside one dotted. All right, so here, dark, the inside one dotted, and the same here. All right, let's bring these lines down, nice and dark. Okay, same thing on the bottom. We're gonna do the front one dark. Let's do the back ones dotted. All right, this is the front part. The dotted lines represent the back of the cylinder. Okay, dotted lines, dotted lines. And in here, I wanna leave a little more of a gap than I left. So let's just erase. See, the good thing about making a lot of lines is that if you erase it, then you're gonna have the shape that you actually want. If you care enough to erase and do that, which I just did, but if you don't, that's fine. Okay, dotted lines, let's darken up these dotted lines. Everything's dark. All right, we got the outside ones darker than the inside. Now, let's do a dot from the center of the inside cylinder all the way up. That's the Z-axis. And we're gonna, from this curve to this curve, let's draw, or let's shade it in, like, kind of like an even, first an even little shading, and then we can do darker around this bottom part. Any way you want, just scribble it in a little bit darker, that's it. Maybe darker on this edge and on this edge, and that's it. So now, let's do the the plane, the surface. So here we just want to do some lines going like this, halfway, some lines going like that, and then make this side darker. Same thing on the bottom. Okay. And then let's draw the dot in the middle. All right, now let's represent this dielectric material. Okay, so that's this area here. So let's draw some squiggles in this area, squiggly lines, or whatever you want. You could draw anything. Okay, like that. And then going down between the solid line and the dotted line. So we got this going down, right? And all this is the dielectric material. So this in between here, okay, and then back here. So it's like a cylinder within a cylinder, right? And I'm gonna leave the center cylinder empty. I'm just gonna draw a dotted line for the z-axis and a solid one all the way down here. Okay, from the center outward is a radius r. If I keep going, right, so if I keep going this way, then I have a differential length of r, right, from this shell here a little bit outward. And then in this direction is the radial direction, or r hat. Okay, or some people call it s hat, so it's the same thing. Let's say I'll show on this side that we have layers to all this, and this is how we can represent it. From the center to the first line, I'm gonna put A, right? That's this this distance right here, and then I'm gonna draw another line going all the way to the outside from the center, all the way to the outside layer, and that's C. So that's this distance over here, and then up here, I can draw from here to here, right? The dotted line on the inside, that's B. Okay, so I can show that from the center outward, the different regions that I'm in with this type of view. And this type of view helps kind of solidify this one if you want to draw both, but either one is fine. I think this one might be a little bit better to show the radial direction, but either one. And this area in here is just the air. There's no, we'll put air in between the plates. So here there's like some material, and in here there's some material. Here it's air. So I'll draw this symbol. It's for dielectric. Okay, so that's how it looks. Okay, and then let's see. Finally, let's finish off with. I'm gonna draw a quick cylinder. Maybe right here. So I'm gonna just show coordinate system. This is how I would draw it if it was fast, right? Not perfect. This is the Z, dotted line, solid line. This is the Y, dotted line, solid line. This is the X. Okay, let's darken this up. Okay, and then we're gonna darken this up. Okay, and here, maybe some curves like that. Okay, I wanna do, this is gonna be R. This is gonna be phi. It sweeps from the X towards the Y, all the way around and then back. So phi goes from 0 to 2 pi. It goes all the way around. R is, you know, from R to whatever radius you want. And then it's R, okay, and then Z. So then this is like some Z distance up. Okay, so the coordinates we're working with are R, phi, Z. Okay, and let's look at some different, some other type of cylinders I've seen in statistics or even in other types of classes. So we got, let's do some oval shape here, and we'll do an oval shape here. And then we just want to connect lines from here to here, right? We got a sideways cylinder, and let's draw a dot here. We're gonna continue that sideways lines, z-axis, all the way down here, okay, and then solid back here. So just some different ways to draw a cylinder, depending on what the problem's asking. Okay, boom. And I know there's geometry that we can do here. This is a dotted line here. We got some triangles, and I don't want to get too into that, but I just want to show how to draw it. All right, this is like a sideways view. And let's see if I got some more space. I could probably do one coming out from the distance. So let's move these out of the way. And let's show some coming out from a distance. So we can do, maybe we can do it right here. I want to just draw a big circle here, like that. And then let's say I want to draw a dot back here, like that, just somewhere back there. And I want to do a curve, a small curve. And then from this top part to the top of the curve, this bottom part to the bottom of this curve. So you can see how it kind of looks already. So from this curve, make a little dotted line on the inside, solid on the outside, dotted. This side is going to be solid, dotted, something like that. Here we go. Okay. And let's see, we got the Z is going to be coming out from the center. Okay, let's draw a dotted line all the way back to the center of here, and maybe solid line back, and make this area dark. So here I'm just gonna do some circles kind of like that of light color, and then once I get inside more, I'm just gonna make it darker and darker and darker, and right there's the darkest. Okay, so something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could even kind of shade it with your finger if you want, something like that. As long as you have some dark and light spots, I guarantee you it's gonna look 3D. And let's just make these lines dark. This one here, the dotted line. Okay, and maybe some curves like this from one side to the other, just like here. So all the way towards the back, and then some lines from here, just kind of going, vanishing towards the back. Like that. Let's make this edge here a little bit thicker and darker, like that. Okay, something like that. We got it, you know, we got it coming out towards us. Or if we really want to get symmetrical, we could do stuff like this. I might draw this one a little bit faster, just because it's gonna be the same thing over and over. So let's do a circle here, and then a circle back here, maybe slightly smaller. From the tops, okay, we're gonna connect them, and let's draw a cross in the middle of them now, like that, like this. Okay, now I want to draw a square. Okay, it's gonna be from the top, a horizontal line like this. From here, I'm gonna connect the box to the edge of the circle. So don't leave a gap. So from here, just, so you see how the square is perfectly surrounding the circle. Each edge is touching a part of the square. So here too, like that, like that, like that, okay? Something like that. All right, now let's do the Z coming out. Let's follow these lines here. Solid line like that. And this is running out of, point. Okay, here towards the back. Let's see if we can still see it. All right, now from the tips of the square, right, just connect the line lightly and kind of pass it like that, and just pass it a little bit like that. Boom. Here to here, draw a straight line, right, and kind of pass the edge a little bit. Here to here, same thing. Just follow all the lines, make sure they're all straight. Okay, and kind of past the edge a little bit. And here too, from here to here. Right, so you make it really light on the bottom part. So you want to pass the edge just to make it look cool, because then it looks kind of like a sketch. And now that you have everything light, let's make it darker. So let's darken up this whole circle here first, okay? And then I'm gonna darken the back circle. Let's darken what connects the circles, which is gonna be the cylinder shape, okay, these two lines. And let's make the square, the edges of the square dark. So here, here, and here. Okay, just the edges like that. Okay, and then shade this little area, these little triangles that you've just made. Okay, the gaps between the circle and the square. So just shade those areas like that. Slightly. Okay, and then darken up the cross right in the middle, something like that. You could erase these extra lines. All right. Oh, from this edge to this edge here. Okay, and now you could make these lines, the ones that connect from the edge, a little bit darker. Just try to make one solid line if you can. Like that. Just kind of make it disappear. All right, and let's see. From here to here, you can kind of make these curves that connect the cylinder. Some extra lines back here. And something like that. All right. And I think that's pretty much it. So let's, in the next segment, I just want to put some color in these and then kind of wrap it up and start some E&M problems that involve these type of shapes, okay?